a police officer also. So everybody respected him, he courtesy, he greeted the men that opened the door for him, everything. Then we took our DA commander at Tapeta, Google is the name. But on that trip, because the county commander for Nima is Special Agent Grade 3, Buster Jolon, he was in the vehicle with some men. So altogether we were preparing about count close to the 5 person in the trip. So we left Sacramento Police, we went to Tapeta. When we reached Tapeta, we stopped at his sister's shop in Tapeta. He greeted his sister, everything. Then from there, we went to a city mayor office, which is Brian Law, I forget the name. So if you're trying to tell that, DA shot manpower in Lima County and the community security, the intelligence security helped to carry the operations. But he was appealing to Federal Biago that he wanted one handcuff from him. And at that time, Federal Biago, the OIC no high handcuff, but I had high handcuff. So we discussed that issue in the office. There's no more thing he tried to get post solve this small thing is his right. For now, we went to a family house in Tapeta on the hill. We reached there, he entered, he saw his uncle. But the purpose of our visitations was to visit a sick uncle, Saint Biago was sick. So he went in the house, he embraced him, we sat down, the family monkey, everything. While sitting in the house, he gave me instructions, I did instructions, I put everything down quietly. Then, all of a sudden, he said he wanted to sit on the tree because people were coming to see him, to talk to him. So we carried the the tree, he sat down, I brought him wine, everything sat down. But Biago has one boy, one relative working in the special office called Imaya Biago. When Imaya Biago met me at the door, he made the remark, he said, there's not moral with him at one time. So I told him, say, listen to me, I don't have issues with you at all. I came to do a piece of job. But me, Imaya Biago myself, all having confrontation. So in that person who sat on the tree, they brought drinks, they brought beer, they brought everything. Once everybody started, right, people started bringing chicken, they started greeting everything. You go low, they brought beer or drinking. So in that process, what was saying now, they brought gravy, they brought chili. Then Biago sent me, say, Maro, get to the car and bring the napkin on the dashboard, which I took the napkin, I respected it, I went for the time. In that process, Biago never ate GB, ate rice, that recipe. Then the napkin on the table, people start using the napkin to wipe their hands, do everything. Then all of a sudden, a guy brought Biago white chicken. So by protocol demands, if we give the ORC gifts, the protection should receive it. So I stood at the back to collect it. What collecting? Then Biago said, give it to me. He calls him a relative, said, give it to me. I said, no, it's not my problem. Then Biago made a statement. He said, anything that will happen to you, you should take it.
He's the relative.
Anything that will happen to you, you take it. Then in that process, a Buster Jones, all the talk, I called Buster, I said, Buster, listen to me. I will put you that one day for provoking me. Then the milk can take our picture, one black in the office, bring when they say, Biago, you and my equal. What you change spending the for? You get change spending the every time you go. I say, you know why you change spending for? Because you feel a brother like OIC and I give you administration money. But I give you administration. So that part left. While discussing, the second mayor brought everybody handcuff up again. Handcuff again, the handcuff. Then so this stuff that came to me say, but chief, I beg you, where one handcuff to help DA? Then I told the second mayor something, but then I contracted Biago as a chief. I can't be here. When you say mayor call me as a chief, I cannot be in Tapeta, my director from Tapeta, and we're fighting drugs and people crying for handcuffs. What I would do, on behalf of my director general and all the mayor DA, I will present my own personal cough, which I did. The same mayor pray for me. Everybody say, man, thank you. Then the other say, man, thank you, they work for us because we can't leave for him tomorrow and go cough, go back home. Then I said, well, since I gave my cough for my director here, when I come to Moroville, I will buy my personal cough. Granted. So while we couldn't eating everything, when the other Biago spoke, I can't know it again. I said Biago was 18 years old, 76. So he spoke. Once the other men speak in any sighting, they mean the battle of closed. So the man spoke, everything we say, open prayer, we left. While going to the car, Then they are going to say, where they brought the body resting? I said, oh, chief, I don't know. They said, Mama, get a book for everything. Why people, you too dull, you too stupid. So I kept quiet. I said, no problem.
That is the OIC of the
Yeah, the OIC business are still too stupid. I said, no problem. Then they counted command factory. He said, you, why you move your uniform, you wear t-shirt, and your director in uniform? I said, chief, put a correction. I cannot be sitting among alcohol. They are in uniform. Anybody can snap my picture and place on Facebook so that you see what they all carry what is on here. But I don't need or handle me for that. So I don't know what the point. So after that issues, when we enter the car, everyone on the earth will pray for the child to be a beneficiary to them or benefactor to them. So they are going to say you want to go see another house on the right side. So we drove 5 minutes. When we drove, I got down, opened the door for him. Then he was right behind me. Then Fadi was right behind me. Then we left the female officer in the car and the driver. Then while walking, they are going to use the remark, say, I will push you behind your neck. Just they are telling me, I said, but director, why will you push me behind my neck?
The boss man.
Yes, for why will you push me behind my neck? They will keep quiet. We kept quiet. We went to my site, the man we spread the horse, this, that. But my own husband, when we spread the man, we came back to the car. No, he told me, go tell Joseph to bring the car back. I went to Joseph and bring the car back. But he said, there's something going upset, I don't know, that's my issue. So we go in the car, we move from the office to the junction. They are going to ask me, say, Maron, where is the napkin in the car? Then I spoke. I said, your older uncle took the napkin. Before I could turn, they are going to give me dirty left one straight in my eye, but I started leaking water. Then I backed down. I said, but Chief, he slapped me. He said, I will put one more there again. You know what they do? Then the police, they get who in here? They just say, but Chief, why you slap the boy? He said, you know what they do? I'll put one more there. So when he slapped me, the driver was shaking. Joseph was shaking. So I kept quiet, but water started leaking my eye. But in the car, I was the only DA officer in that car. We got all the people in the car, police officers, and their weapon carrier. And the whistle is down. But
up.
The whistle is up. But nobody at the convoy knew what was going on in the car. Nobody knew what was going on in the car. So,
Clarence T. Banks, and he happened to be the representative of Electoral District Number 2, Grand Bassa County. He's the co-chair on Judiciary of the Horses Committee, and he also represents Grand Bassa County on the Waste, Means and Finance Committee. This morning, Honorable Banks will be speaking on a lot of issues. Among them are the GSC report, the GSC communication to him on the audit of Grand Bassa County, and he will also be speaking on the rural rehabilitation process that is ongoing in the district, among other scholarship interventions.
Some who are responsible to the citizens of this great nation. I would want to take this special time to thank his government, because every sector of the government is trying to work diligently to restore this nation. My thanks go to GSC for accepting my letter as a sitting representative for District 2 since 2024. I asked them when I took over in 2024 to please do a complete audit of projects that were allotted to my district by the government for my citizens under the Joe Weah administration. Unfortunately, none of those projects was done. It was not completed. Some you have not even seen the track of people being on that site. I did an independent study, and some of the bridges that were to be built were not built. although the government had given contractors thousands of dollars. I thank the GSC because there is no amount of money that is small when it is misused, mismanaged, and if it is taken to be a personal asset when the citizens are suffering. I will take this time also to thank the Asset Recovery Honorable Councillor Martin, who also accepted my letter to please recover funds that were taken by district leaders under the assumption from companies that was intended for development purposes for the citizen of District 2. If we can recall, sometimes in 2024, a case in the Grand Bassa County Court where $38,000 was taken by the then now Secretary Superintendent, who was also the Secretary Superintendent under the Georgia administration. From nowhere, the case...
So they allow Mr. Philip Brown to leave the radio station and go home free with impunity? Liberians? When they see Philip Brown 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago, I was in the States when this started, concerning 15 or 16 billion. Mayor Wispan, a reputable person in our country, came on the national wire, the national radio, accused the entire government, past and current, something that has the proclivity of bringing this nation down to Trump. That X amount of dollar was missing or is missing. The president is involved, current, past president is involved, legislators are involved, or let me say, so to speak, the entire government, that brought that cloud to the image of our country. We all know what has happened. Today, our international partners, donors cannot look at you and they will be right. Because if one of you or one of us can accuse, and not just a joke, for he to have gone to the radio station while investigation is ongoing, that even brought some of us back from our constituency break, because this issue is alarming. Liberian people said the legislators, the lawmakers must come back to work. We are back to work trying to delve into this matter. They see fellow that had a lot of voice went back to radio station. Where was this investigation done to say Ambassador Weah or the government is not involved today? Where is the report of this investigation? How did he come up to the conclusion to say that he wants to exonerate this government or the past government for $16 billion now? That's the issue. I think Mr. Brown needs to come. That's why I asked myself, I said, this guy that went on the radio that had young people demonstrating, Liberians exercising the constitutional right, that identical day was reneged. Kept people in the street. If this country property lives who have been damaged today because of that one comment, you know the story of Rwanda. That one comment he made agitated our people, and today people are still agitated. Then someone come and say, this one group of people have said it yesterday, but today they are no longer involved in it. Should we take such a person serious in our country? Why shouldn't the security inviting and locking up? Or he should go and show cause? Today it is my understanding, presiding, why such a man should be given security, unconfirmed, that he's being protected by security. And this body must take that decision, that the police director or whoever that is involved, I do know unconfirmed, allegedly, I want to be careful, that he's being given security to protect a guy who gave him security. Who gave him security? These are hard questions he need to come and answer. The police director, authority of the security apparatus need to come. He also, when Mr. Presiding distinguished colleagues, he accused colleagues, probably of the 53rd, of taking money, whether it's Liberian dollar currency or US dollar, or Liberian dollar, because we're talking about 16 billion Liberian dollar gotten missing. That people of this House of Representatives went to China to purchase campaign campaign paraphernalia or campaign items to China. Someone told me that he asked him to his baby man. They say a transfer transgression. We all should follow him and allocate that he is active. Because you claim that someone went to China, you want to call, he should come and explain his connection to that lady. Because our intelligence, our information have said that yes, that his baby mother. So they said that probably maybe a calling for here, went along with your baby man and Sonny S. Happy. So you want to accuse? Yeah, precisely. So we need a person, I'll take the order, colleague. It's serious. He said that police left from here and went with females into China to purchase campaign materials. We all know how money can be transferred to go and purchase campaign material in China. There are processes, there are accounts, and there must be bearer to those accounts. So we can trace and know who is this colleague, where the money came from. Probably the money came from the $16 billion. The Liberian dollar currency was turned into US dollar to go to China. He needs to come and explain that. More besides, I pretend not to go into this because I know he will come and explain about T5. And T5 for management, though I'm the proprietor and the owner of that T5 Academy. Can I have all the T5 investment in this country? I'm proud of that. Mr. Presiding, to come up with strong exception. Some of us here said it, we took it and left it. That money was distributed at the T5 compound. It has serious security implications. It has to do with lives and property. The citizen could be provoked. Who takes responsibility to go and burn down my property, my investment?
Withdrawn or the court. The problem there is, I'm the sitting representative. Once it involves money that's supposed to be used for the district development for the citizen, we all must be accountable. We must give an account for it. That money was involving the current Newport Sanctuary Superintendent, who also is a part of District 2. Unfortunately, on the 23rd of 2024, January, the Sanctuary Superintendent signed a memorandum of understanding with one of the companies within the district. The social development funds, which was supposed to come to the district for its citizens, was received by a group of people, including the Sanctuary Superintendent, Asa Gay, who is also the county representative from the Pro Tem office, Nyobikanga, and this money, the 38,000, was misused by them. There is no accountable access to the citizen. Not only that they use the money, but what is more astounding is that Honorable Van Brown, who is the current Sanctuary Superintendent, brought over from George Weah administration, opens a personal account with GT Bank that the next payment from this company should go into that personal account. Now, this position within the district is at the bottom of the food chain of any government. The lowest to the lowest. If the lowest to the lowest can be brave to open an account in his own name that the company should put into his account the money that belongs to the district, then it just shows the level of corruption from past administration into the Joseph Boca administration by former executive members. I also will make it clear here, not only that they accepted an annual payment of the $38,000 that should have been to the district for the citizen for social development purposes, but they then Secretary Superintendent Michael G. Van Braun, Gay, who is the county coordinator for Senator Lawrence, they requested the company to pay 2 years in advance. So, fellow citizens, I've been in office for 2 years just to know that the company that is in question here cannot remake any payment for social development purposes for 2024 and 2025. The reason I'm highlighting this, we are now in 2026. According to the Memorandum of Understanding written by
Good afternoon.
Michael Van Braun.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Liberia. On today, 06012026. Today is Tuesday. A pleasant welcome to all of you. This is the People's Program, the program that brings you up to speed the major happenings in Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our one world. Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. And always working hard is never a mistake, but it is out of an encouragement to do what is good and to do the right thing. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, welcome. Don't forget the geometry of the whole must be kept high on the agenda because it involves the majority, and those that come with equity must come with clean hands. As usual today, I am your humble servant. And I'm here today with Sir Kandu from the production department. Just one small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day for the good. Let me remind you that opportunities don't happen. You have to create them. Love your family. Work super hard and live your passion, because success is right at the door, and to enjoy it you have to be passionate about what you do. It is never too late to be what you might have seen or what you want to be, but it is possible, and I want to encourage you today. Let me say welcome to all of you on today's edition of the program on this afternoon. I want to say welcome to all of our folks on today. Those of you watching live, I want to say welcome to you. Let me just look at my dashboard here. I got Dada colleague. Dada is watching for Tuput Road, Carfield. Chester Brewer said, Mikey B County, Duazon. Emmanuel Toman said, from the Omega Junction, yeah, Emmanuel Toma there, and Isaiah Guedes Jonas from GSA Road. He said, opposite the Patawi Water Factory. Good afternoon. And Alexine M. Kian said, from Moses Blah, and Mr. Chris M. Chris Topa, Mr. Red Light, Jasso TV Jala, always watching. He said, I am watching and sharing. Good afternoon, thank you, Jasso, always watching. Peter Vapula, they said, Ministry of Health, I'm watching you and I'm following. Thanks to all of you for joining us. And the Liberia offers sustained peace through dialogues and inclusion and respect for the human rights. In the words of Liberia Ambassador Louis Brown, and Liberia has set sail anchored to the United Nations with the history, welcome commitment to diplomacy, and also up to the process living out of the core value of life. And Liberia is determined to build bridges, encourage consensus in his words, and contribute constructively to a safer world. Let me say, just borrowing those words from Ambassador Louis Brown there. And let me say, welcome, Mr. Ambassador Pee Wee Kennedy. He said, Pipeline Point, Edwin Bowl, I hope I get your name right. He said, from Red Light, Edwin Bowl. Hope I get that name right. Edwin, thank you for joining me and joining the team. You can also share the video up. Let me welcome, let me say thank you. You know, those of you, we always have given Liberians the opportunity, especially on our programs here. So those of you playing our radio games that you can win more, I'm going to announce a new code for you to get another new code, another one. And you can still dial *799 *11 hash. $100 to play, $4,000 to be won for you there. And also announcing to you that you can also play *255 *3 hash, and you just play $50. You may just be a lucky winner, win 5,000, 10,000 for yourself this afternoon. Others have won, and you can still be the process. So the new code is *255 *3. We have to afford you the opportunity to win, you know, and all of our processes are trusted. Don't get it wrong, and you can choose wherever you want to be. *799 *11 hash, *255 *3 hash, $50 for *255 *3 hash, and $100 for *799 *1 hash. So please go there. You can win. Others have won already. You can win. So please get down to your keypads and make sure you got mobile money. You got money in your mobile money account, and you'll just be that lucky winner while just sitting down and watching or viewing the program, and you'll be that lucky winner. Dominic Harris said, join us. He said, for my resident respectively, he said, for my respective corners besides. Union Miller said, Pinestown, Rubberfield Highway, Happy New Year, Mr. Va, thank you. And the Kids TV Liberia, he said, thanks for the great nations. City View Community, Lower Johnsonville, thank you. And thanks to all of you on today. Let me welcome you. And remember, today on the 6th of January in 1935, Liberia was in the deep process of deeply involved in implementing economic reforms under the League of Nations plan, facing financial struggles while also navigating earlier stages of modernizing its economy and the foreign financial entity. As evidenced by the United States Department documents, detailed agreement with the Finance Corporation of America and the National City Bank of New York. This period, under President Edwin Barclay, saw efforts to stabilize its post-war one finance and integrate foreign expertise, setting the stage for later development upon. And on today too, in 1909, on the 6th of January, Liberia was in early post-independence year with Garrison W. Gibson, newly elected president after taking power of office in 1900, marking the Chewing Party hold on power amidst ongoing efforts to manage foreign relations, particularly with the European powers, and secure economic stability, as highlighted by a Liberian delegation into England seeking rights to the Mana River and warding off the Guinea or the German influence upon President Gibson elections follows President W.D. Coleman resignation, solidifying the Chewing Party dominance in January in 1901. And on today, in the 6th of January in 1990, Liberia was also deep in the throes of the First Civil War, which began in 1989 with the Chancellor MP of your forces invading from the Ivory Coast. And the government under Samuel Doe was brutally retaliating into Nima County, causing mass civilian displacement and atrocities across Liberia. And in 2020, on the 6th of January, demonstrations re-erupted. In December, during the strikes, and the weekly protest was staged and held by the opposition with the pickets on the 6th and 7th of January 2020. Police used water cannons to clear chanting and marching demonstrators and protesters, some of whom were setting tires on the street. Remember, on that day, thousands of protesters in Liberia capital Monrovia on Monday rallied against a deepening economic crisis in the impoverished country, Liberia. Today's in history is a regular feature in our programs. We bring these histories for your consumption upon. Just to take you back, have you heard about Richard II, a king of England? He was born today on the 6th of January in 1867 into the Broadsock, France. He died at the age of 23 in 1400 into the Porton, France, into England in that year, on February in the 1400s. Today, the celebration of a special day, the Epiphany, is a major festival for Western Christians. What one folks consider as the coming of the Magi, and from the Eastern Orthodox Christians, where Jesus was born and baptized by John, and first miracle took place. And that celebration is today on the 6th of January, today. And in 2021, supporters of Donald Trump stormed the United States Capitol, where Congress was meeting to clarify Joe Biden's win in the 2020 U.S. presidential elections on today. In 2002, on today, the Boston Globe launched its Spotlight series exposing a rampant sexual abuse by the Roman Catholic clergy in the Boston Archdiocese, and they covered up by the church authorities. The paper won the 2003 the Pulitzer Prize for Public Service for its courageous, comprehensive reporting of that abuse on today. And in 2001, a year before that, the U.S. Congress certified George W. Bush as the winner of the 2000 presidential election following the legal battle in 2001 on today. And also in 1993, the American jazz trumpeter, the composer, and the band leader, Dizzy Gillespie, one of the leading figures of the bebop movement, died at the age of 75 on today. in 1974 and today, in an effort to conserve energy during an oil crisis, deadline saving time began several months earlier in the United States and was slated to remain in place for more than a year. The change, however, proved hugely unpopular, and its duration was later amended upon today in 1974. And 3 years, that's a year before that, 1973, the Schoolhouse Rock debuted on ABC during the hip days of Saturday morning children television programming. It became one of the most successful education projects in the United States history. And before I leave you today, at a small gathering to celebrate the New Year, Maribar sisters decided to create a nationwide movement in the Dominican Republic to oppose the dictatorship of Rafael Trujillo on today in 1959. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Welcome to all of you on today. It's good that we are back, and star 799 star 1 hash $100 Liberian to play, and you can win for yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. And star 255 star 3 hash $50 to play, and you can win for yourself 5,000 or more, 10,000, 15,000. If you're right there on the spot, you'll be winning yourself something very much important on today. Let me say good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. So the option is yours. Take the bull by the horn. And this year, you see several other prizes coming for you just by dialing those codes. You dial the code, you'll be right there. You'll be a motorbike winner. You dial the code, you'll be right there. You win a house, or you'll be a millionaire, Liberian dollars. You just win fabulous prizes. So this option is yours. Please just go there to your phone and dial the code star 255 star 3 hash $50 to play, and star 799 star 11 hash $100 to play. Or it's right there on the table for you. And while the program is on, you can be a winner right there. Mr. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Mr. Welcome to all of you. And you know, I want to reiterate this. Let me say welcome, and let me take this down. Welcome, thank you. We want to say thanks to the team. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. Liberia, again, having itself firm to the word and showing that they are really in the position. And you can also remember that the United Nations representative, Ambassador Louis Brown, delivered Africa's group position as the Emergency Security Council section. So we're now waiting. We are working. We are working, and Liberia is making a great gain. You know, I said something as a student of positivity and optimism. It's good for Liberia, especially what's going on. Especially say when your neighbor house is on fire, you have to be a part. If it's a bucket of water, take it there, because you don't know tomorrow it may just be yours. Your turn may come, and you want others to be there with you. So this escalating political situations into Venezuela, following the capture and detention of the president, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, and the development that have drawn widespread international concerns, Liberia is representing nations at the United Nations Security Council. And a position statement. I heard him right. He said, the nameplate you see Liberia, the seat you see Africa, because representing Africa on that level. So Liberia stands at a great and a serious position. And he said, addressing the council on behalf of the A3 members, we talk about the DRC, Somalia, Liberia, warning about the unfolding and recognizing that these unfoldings currently in Venezuela poses a serious risk to Venezuela's internal stability and the regional international peace and security. We have to be a part. We were here back in the days decades when Liberia were calling us to come and help us, to come and speak to our kind, that this senseless war we are a part of, we're yielding anything positive for the nation. And this is why we settle Liberians that sitting on our table while we are helping others, we also help ourselves in mitigating our own problems. We want to say thanks to the folks there and for the milestone currently. Imagine just taking over and you start working. You don't say you're waiting for any time. You start working. It's done. But we want to say thanks to the team. We want to say thank you for this. Let me say good afternoon, good morning, and welcome on today. You know, there's let me say, that was back in September last year, the 25. The Financial Intelligence Agency and the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, they renew a strategic partnership to combat drugs trafficking and money laundering. And since then, you were aware that the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency interim team, headed by Fitzgerald Biago, a DCP, have been making gains across the country with reports. The last time you heard that several points will be considered hotspots, you heard Cape Mount, Maserado, San other parts. And Maserado, you heard Pinsville. It drew a lot of concerns. And several drugs have been discovered, confiscated, arrested. And in our last report covering the country, that those of you who are looking for that you use your houses or use your vehicles or whatever instrument you're going to use to propagate or transport or manufacture the issue of drugs in this country, you have yourself to be blamed. And they weren't joking. The issue of confiscating houses were up. The vehicle were up. Whatever material you're using to further their fight or to further your own gains against drugs in this country. But today I've come and wondering and asking you what's going on. What is happening to the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency? And I'm asking this question seriously this afternoon with a deep concern. I'm asking Liberians. You know, Liberians saw this whole issue that started with the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency that led to several appointments up on there, and it became serious. And Liberians were even wondering what were happening, especially the likes of Ibi Kroma, Hassan Fadiga, Bauko, Foster were the best. And you heard Anthony Soul came to, you were asking what's going on. And at some point in time, the legal audio say, oh yeah, why did you copy my daughter there? Why you did this? And even explain the condition there was the issue. Again, we are hearing trouble with the LDA. What is happening? Will this issue be settled? We hope so, and we want it. Because it's important. You listen earlier on to a conversation that has drawn all of us attention. And I want you to listen. And I'm also getting reports that there was some Facebook communication or phone communication messaging process that went on between the two. And Liberians, again, they are asking what's going on. Is it an issue with this institution? What is going on, Liberians? what is going on. I want you to please sit back and listen carefully to this. And you have a say. Is this in-house fight or the aftermath of a gross insubordination? With this accusation coming again with the LDA, I would really wish that you sit and listen. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. What is going on? Listen. Listen carefully. Listen. I want you to listen carefully to this.
Gay, and others. The money the next payment, which is January 2026, should go directly into a personal account. Where do you have a government official? You're talking about executive branch of government, the lowest level of position will open a personal account that social development money from a company should go into. This is the reason why I asked.
So you please explain your story. What happened to actually transfer? Just very brief, the key issues. Just explain what transferred between you and your boss.
Okay, thank you. By the way of introduction, I'm Special Agent Embarrassment. I work with Labrador Drugs Enforcement Agency. I signed with OIC Federal TMDA. But the reason I want to talk to you for is just to make things clear. When this gone Monday, we took a trip for Nima County, and everything I'm saying to you here, so help me God, I will never lie on him. When we took a trip for Nima County, we left the house by 4:30 in the morning. We reached Bon County by 6 o'clock sharp. We make a stop to the county commander in Bon County, called Fashu A. Sherry, police county commander. We stop by a resident, we eat, we left. From there, we pick up for Ganta City. We stop to the border, we make a brief stop. From there, we pick up, we left, we're heading for Tapeta. When we reach at Tapeta, because everything I say against you, I will never film it, I will never lie. If I lie, then anything I want from God, I'm not getting. When we reach to while on our way to Tapeta, we pick up a police officer, he's a girl, he's a female officer. We put her in the car, so we're 5 in the car. His driver, Josepha, me, Fitzgerald, the female officer, and the county commander, Fashu Sheriff, were 5. So we reached the LPRC, I got down, he told me to change $200 for him.
What is LPRC?
In Ganta.
Okay.
He said I should change $200 liberty. So I changed the money. The rate was, I think, 76. So the money came out to 35,000 LD, which I gave him the money. When I gave him the money, we started heading for Tapeta. When we reached the Sakapia police station, we make a brief stop because he's the OIC, he's a police officer also. So everybody respected him, we courtesy, he greeted the man, I opened the door for him, everything. Then we took our DA commander at Tapeta, Google is the name. But on that trip, because the county commander for Nima is Special Agent Grade 3 Buster Jolon. He was in the pickup with some men. So altogether we were comparing, like, if our count was close to like 25% of the trip. So we left Sakapia police, we went to Tapeta. When we reached Tapeta, we stopped at his sister's shop in Tapeta. He greeted his sister, everything. Then from there, we went to his city mayor office which is Brian Law, I forget his name. So if you're trying to tell that dear short manpower in Lima County and the community security, the intelligence security can help TA to carry out the operations. But he was appealing to Fitzgerald Biago that he wanted one handcuff from him. And at that time, Fitzgerald Biago, the OIC no high handcuff, but I had high handcuff. So we'll discuss our issues in the office. There's no more thing he tried to get post solving, small solving is his right. For now, we went to a family house in Tapeta on the hill. When we reached there, he entered, he saw his uncle. But the purpose of our visitations was to visit his sick uncle, Sam Biago, who was sick. So he went in the house, he embraced him, we sat down, the family member cleaned everything. Whilst he in the house, he gave me instructions, I did instructions, I put everything down quietly. Then, all of a sudden, he said he wanted to sit on the tree because people were coming to see him, to talk to him. So we carried him on the tree, he sat down, I brought him wine, everything sat down. But Biago has one boy, one relative working in the special office called Imaya Biago. When Imaya Biago met me at the door, he made the remark, he said, there's not moral within my own time. So I told him, said, listen to me, I don't have issues with you at all. I came to do a piece of job. But me, Imaya Biago myself, all having confrontation. So in that person who sound the tree, they brought drinks, they brought beer, they brought everything. Once everybody started, right, people started doing chicken, they started greeting everything. You go look, they brought beer or drink. So in that process, what was saying now, they brought gravy, they brought chili. Then Biago sent me, say, Maro, get to the car and bring the napkin on the dashboard. Which I took the napkin, I respected it, I went for the time. In that process, Biago never ate GB, ate rice, that recipe. Then the napkin on the table, people start using the napkin to wipe their hands, do everything. Then all of a sudden, a guy brought Biago white chicken. So by protocol demands, if we give the ORC gates, the protection should receive it. So I stood at the back to collect it. What collect it? Then Biago said, give it to me. He cousin or relative said, give it to me. I said, no. It's not my point. Then Biago made a statement. He said, anything that will happen to you, you should take it.
That his relative.
Anything that will happen to you, you take it. Then in that process, a Boston Journal, all the talk, I called Boston. I said, Boston, listen to me. I will put you that one day for provoking me. Then the milk can take our picture, one black in the office, bring what they say about Biago. You are not equal. What you change for me for? Get change for me every time you go. I say, you know why you change for me for? Because you feel a brother like OIC and I give you administration money. But I give you administration. So that part left. While discussing, the second mayor brought everybody handcuff up again. Handcuff again, the handcuff. Then so this stuff that came to me say, but chief, I beg you, where one handcuff to help DA? Then I told the second mayor, I said, okay, but then I contrasted Biago as a chief. I can't be here. When the second mayor called me as a chief, I cannot be in Tapenta. My director was Tapenta, and we're fighting drugs and people crying for handcuffs. What I would do, on behalf of my director general and all the bells here, I will present my own personal cough, which I did. The same mayor pray for me. Everybody said, man, thank you. Then the officer said, man, thank you, do well for it, because we can't leave for him tomorrow and go cough, go back home. Then I said, well, since I gave my cough for my director here, when I come to Moroville, I will buy my personal cough. Granted. So while we couldn't eating everything, when the other Biago spoke, I can't know the name, I said Biago was 18 years old, 76. So he spoke. Once the other men speak in any sighting, the battle has closed. So the men spoke, everything we say, open prayer, we left. While going to the car, then Biago said, where's the body resting? I said, oh, chief, I don't know. They said, Mama, get a book for everything. Why people, you too dull, you too stupid. So I kept quiet. I said, no problem.
That is the OIC of the
Yeah, the OIC abused me. I said, too stupid. I said, no problem. Then they counted command party. He said, you, why you move your uniform, you wear t-shirt, and your director in uniform? I said, chief, put a correction. I cannot be sitting among alcohol. They are in uniform. Anybody can snap my picture and place on Facebook so that we see what the whole guy watches on me. But I don't need to handle me for that. So I don't know what the point. So after that issues, when we enter the car, every everyone on the earth will pray for the child to be a beneficiary to them or benefactor to them. So they are going to say they want to go see another house on the right side. So we drove 5 minutes. When we drove, I got down, opened the door for him. Then he was right behind me. Then Fadi Sherry was right behind me. Then we left the female officer in the car and the driver. Then while walking, they are going to use the remark, say, I will push you behind your neck. Just there, I told them, I said, but director, why will you push me behind my neck?
The boss man.
Yes, for why will you push me behind my neck? They will keep quiet. We kept quiet. We went to a man's site. The man we spared the horse, this, that. But my own husband, when we spared the man, we came back to the car. No, he told me, go tell Joseph to bring the car back. I went to Joseph to bring the car back. But you know, there's something going upset. I don't know, that's my issue. So we go in the car, we move from the office to the junction. They are going to ask me, say, Maron, where is the napkin in the car? Then I spoke. I said, your older uncle took the napkin. Before I could turn, they are going to give me dirty left one straight in my eye, but I started looking water. Then I backed down. I said, but Chief, he slapped him. He said, I will put one more there again. You know what I can do? Then the police, they get who in here? They said, but Chief, why you slap the boy? He said, you know how to do, I'll put one more there. So when he stopped me, the driver was shaking, Joseph was shaking. So I kept quiet, but water started leaving my eye. But in the car, I was the only DA officer in that car. We got all the people in the car, police officer, and their weapon carrier. And the whistle is down. But the whistle is up. But nobody at the convoy knew what was going on in the car. Nobody knew what was going on in the car. So when I kept quiet.
Is the car a tinted?
Tinted. The car is a tinted. 700 plate. So when I kept quiet, I was feeling my eye, wiping my eye. You were laughing, the girl was laughing, you were following. Then Sheriff made the remark, say, you know, go and carry me, you want African. So I asked,
what is going on? What is going on with Jesus Christ? And what is going on? You listen to several things here, but I want to leave that with you. But let me say the LDA, remember, they've been so much strong on the fight against drugs. At the close of last year, about 361,000 Labrador for drugs was arrested by the LDA Grand Bassa County Detachment, and they arrested 2 men at the Orange Grove checkpoint. Then that same day, they arrested that amount of drugs at the Orange Grove checkpoint with narcotics worth about 361,000. So this just tell you that, and then narcotic drugs, the drugs were in a vehicle, and you know, you reach the checkpoint, have to check and things. So the guys placed the drug on the seat, thinking that they would just get down and they can walk and they will inspect them and nothing will happen again, and they will come back in the vehicle and they go ahead. You know, the LTA carry on Operation Clean Wave was launched on the 8th of December. You know, this is serious. The issue about drugs in our country and the fight. But what is going on? What is going on? I'm going to show you too. There is a communication. That's actually on a phone communication between the two, and I hope that I can show you this online. I can show it to you online so that you can see as to what really happened. If you look here, let me just read quickly, and I'm still asking. This Facebook communication, I see here a communication between the LDA, the TCP, and ORC. It says, Mr. Swain, I'm sorry, please come, let us talk. Then I'm seeing Swain reply. He said, today, you, DEA Director, You slap me for common tissue business which your older uncle took, but I leave you with God Almighty. Exodus 14, that is the communication I'm reading, the text between two of them. Exodus 14:14. You either dismiss me or you change my assignment, but over my dead body I assign with you. Can't they respect me like this? You will not do it to Jojo, Henry, Tatus, or because I am loyal to you, but let watch and see God anger. Psalm 94, verse 1 and 8. Then I'm seeing why you want to threaten me with God. We all can joke. At sometimes in point, when you want to swear me, okay, say we all can joke at some point in time, but you want to swear me, but God knows I was just joking with you. I'm very sorry. It never happened again. Now, you listen to this now, the folks that signed with the DCP or the interim head of the LDA, you listen to him. What is happening? Now we're hearing this again, because the last time we heard similar issues like this, they were all on the man, this, and people carrying arms, and this, don't enter my office with arms, and if you disrespect me, this will happen. There was a serious hulu battle, or I'm the OPS, I'm the one should be in care of this, and nobody else, and all that. Now, you listen to the House of I'm not going to say much about these issues. The last time we were having this similar conversation like this, we heard what happened at the prison facility. The president sent rest. The president sent rest. Now the man is saying that he should be reassigned. Because and now he's still complaining that his eyes is still drinking water. Because he was seriously and badly hit in the eye. Where are we? Are we undermining ourselves always in such a fight? What is happening? What is going on? The last time you heard, the folks said almost everybody, they started to sense tribal sentiment with those who are into the assigned to the director of LD. They expressed several issues, several allegations came up. And those issues the president saw and said, no, this one. But then what is happening? Now, personal conversation between them is now heard by seeing that it will be over my dead body. Either you kill me or you assign me somewhere else, but I don't think. And now his boss is calling and say, come, let's talk. But Liberia, I leave this with you. It is your institution. It is the business of Liberia. And when these things arises, it's good that Liberians talk in this matter. But this is where we are. I'm going to leave it right there. And with all of you. And just about where I sit here, about 4 hours ago, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency has carried out a raid at one of the notorious black and brown counties called Kampala Base into Bangabong County. And on yesterday, this raid went on. They arrested several individuals in the Kampala barrack areas of Bangabong County. They show to you how this drug thing, folks are not even bending down. They are very serious. And the only way we can win this fight, we have to be united. There have to be unity. There have to be coordinations. But if we are divided, if we are having these issues more, imagine on Monday, the operations that were targeting the area within the Methodist compound which our residents known for gathering disadvantaged young people, and also what we've seen as a hotspot for drug-related activities in Bond County. They arrested several persons, one of whom is known as Tigo, Stephen Dix, and another teenager is called Rico Cooper, Aliu Kane, who they said are motorcyclists, and another person was also arrested, of which the identity is still unknown. But Liberia, they fight against drugs. You are aware that sometime in the history of this country, our folks were just dying. Nobody knows drugs. And the last report from the LDA said there were manufactured drugs that were entering the country, that were already manufactured in this country. Who were bringing them? Nobody knows. In our case being affected, you saw young people dying. They say spark and die. They take it to die. And say, no, let me not get here, man. I get here. I go in there. I will take it. And they took it, they died. Some took it, they went way beyond off. Even up to now, whether they will come back to be normal is still an issue. So the issue of drugs is an ending joke. And our borders, there are a lot of unidentified points. And because of these, those manufactured drugs that are into other countries, our neighboring areas, unscrupulous folks are making their way with those drugs in our country. The last time was so much hilarious on the social media when this news came up that one of the bus came with a cloud of honeybees at the back of the bus. That any drug or any officers or member of the joint security venturing to untie those goods and take it to get their own, preventing that process. You heard right here in the red light area, a lady who imported the palm oil with a silver tip oil was arrested, where tramadol was wrapped up in plastic and placed in the oil. So Liberia had gone through a lot with this, and our young people, it's almost like it's a call to action issues that when these calls are sounded, the young people go flocking to that angle, and if they don't take it, they won't be satisfied. And a lot of our sons and daughters have already died. But this is where now we're hearing now from the angle of the LDA that this is where it is. A very close confidant, an officer assigned to the DCP interim chairman, the leadership at LDA, remember Mr. Bianco, Mr. Tampe, Mr. Kamazu, he comes from the angle of the Liberia National Police, the chief operation comes from the Liberia National Police, and the head of administration, or the investigative administration comes from the NSA. But here now, the ORC Bianco has been accused of manhandling his aide on duty. But I better leave that with you. You will have your say. You listen to the hospital mob. You listen to exactly what's happening within the LDA. Just recently, you listen to that. You will have your say. Let me say, welcome. We'll travel outside Liberia. We'll come back. We will go to the lines here, and you will have your say. Please speak within the box and speak to issues we are talking about on today. But let me say, welcome also. You are opportune to play star 255 star 3 hash, $50 Liberian dollars, star 799 star 11 hash, $100 Liberian dollars to play. You got several prizes up for grab. You can just be a toss in the air. One of my colleagues used to say, you be a toss in the air, you be someone winning something very much fabulous on today. But we'll take our break. We'll travel outside Liberia. We'll come back. We'll go to the lines to talk to you on today's edition of the program. What is happening? What is going on. When the fight against drugs is so much imminent and very huge for our country. What is going on, Liberia? Let's take our break. We'll come back. We'll go to the lines to talk to you on today. Good afternoon. Let's travel outside Liberia.
Is it a chemical product? No. But I knew they were getting angry. But then my man ran to the late EPS guy, Nevin that passed. So I decided to keep quiet because that car is tinted. It's tinted. I said, I'll keep quiet. So when we go in, I said, Chief, you put me down. He said, so I get what happened. So I never talked. I couldn't get on the highway. So when we reached to Saturday police station, I told Biago in the face, I said, Chief, there's two options. You either kill me, the Fitzgerald, the female officer, and the county commander, Fashu Sheriff, were 5. So we reached the FPRC, I got down, he told me to change 200 US for him.
What is FPRC?
In Ganta.
Ganta.
He said I should change 200 US liberty. So I changed the money. The rate was, I think, 76. So the money came to 35,000 LD, which I gave him the money. When I gave him the money, we started heading for Tapeta. When we reached to Saturday police station,
today, welcome to our listeners and viewers, those of you watching live with us. We say thank you. Let's now travel outside Liberia. We got with us John K. Tonwila said, great family. Falabeski, the Boulevard. Joseph Sumo said hi. Kuna Samson Kuhn. Minister Watson is watching. Anthony Ishfaya. Christian Walker Jr. Let me say welcome to all of you on today. Augustine P. Kekula is watching us live. Let me say welcome. Let's now travel outside Liberia. And our first stop going to be to Uganda, where Uganda denies plans for election internet shutdown.
Basket of evidence of innuendos, lies,
and in Uganda today, let's check out exactly what's going on. Uganda has denied plans to shut down internet access during the next week elections, dismissing report of a possible blackout as unfounded. Concerns was raised by the main opposition leader, Robert Kiyangoli, largely known as Bobby Wine, who last week repeated claims that the government intended to block the internet to disrupt mobilization and the sharing of election results. The fears testified on Friday after satellite internet provider Starlink restricted its services into Uganda, following a directive from the National Communication Regulator. Uganda goes to the polls on the 15th of January, with President Yoweri Museveni seeking to extend his rule, now approaching 4 decades. His main challenger is Bobby Wine, a former pop star turned politician. The election follows the 2021 vote, which was marred by protests and dozens of deaths and a 4-day nationwide internet shutdown. More on that, you go there and check it out to get a full detail coming out. Let's travel to Central African Republic. President Tudura wins 3rd term. Provisional results has shown. The Central African Republic President, Faustin Archange Tidura, who has won a 3rd term in the last month's presidential election, according to the National Electoral Authority. Provisional results released last Monday credit him with 76.15 votes. Tidura was first elected to the presidency in 2016 and re-elected in 2020. A constitutional referendum in 2023 removed term limit and allowed him to run for the 3rd term. About 2.6 million Central Africans were called to the polls on December 28 to choose their president, but also lawmakers and regional and local representatives. More on that, you go there and check it out to get a full detail coming out there for you. With reports coming where Cuba faced uncertain futures after the U.S. supports Venezuela leader Maduro. Today, Cuba faces uncertainty over its future after the United States adopted Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro last weekend. Cuba official law reflects in the early hours of Monday to more 32 security officers, they said, were killed in the U.S. strike on Venezuela, in the island nation closest ally. The United States administration of President Donald Trump has warned outright that tampering Maduro will help advance another decades-long goal, dealing a blow to the Cuban government. On Sunday, Trump criticized the island as a nation ready to fall without the support of Venezuela. Over the past decades, Venezuela provided Cuba with a critical economic backing. Maduro government was shipping a daily average of 35,000 barrels of oil to Cuba over the last 3 months, about a quarter of total demands, said Jacques Pino, a Cuba energy expert of the University of Texas at the Austin Energy Institutions. More on that, you go there and check it out to get a full detail. As further will cross over where Israel airstrikes hit Lebanon with damage in the south and the east. In Sidon, Lebanon's third largest city, a strike around 1 a.m. fluttered on an occupied 3-story commercial building in the coastal district of workshops and garages. Rescue teams searched the rubble, at least one person was taken away by the ambulance. Though no deaths were confirmed, Lebanese President Joseph Aoun condemned the strike, saying they undermined efforts to clean tensions and restore state authority in areas long controlled by the Hezbollah. Israel's military says its targeted weapon storage site linked to Hezbollah and Hamas, arguing the group operated from civilian areas. The strike came days before before Lebanon and chief is due to brief the government on plans to disarm Hezbollah near the Israeli border, a pledge made on a ceasefire reached more than a year ago. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Welcome to all of you on today. Let's now take our break and we'll go to the lines to talk to you on today, and please speak to the issues we have discussed. What's happening to the LDA? What's going on with the LDA? Now, we're hearing now in the news that, the closest ally to the DCP and officer in charge, Biago, was hit by his boss, and now through a conversation called to Saturday and said no, he preferred to be reassigned or be dead, but he won't go back. What is going on, Liberia? What is happening? It's up there for you, Liberia. Good afternoon.
He's a police officer also, so everybody respect them. We make a stop to the county commander in Bon County. We call it Fashu A. Sherry, police county commander. We start by a resident, we eat, we left. From there, we pick up for Ganta City. We stop to the border, we make a brief start. From there, we pick up, we left, we're heading for Tatata. When we reach at Tatata, because everything I say against you, I will never film it, I will never lie. If I lie, then anything I want from God, I'm getting.
It to you, Mr. Embry Delay, 104 of Liberia National Police on the 24th, we're celebrating your birthday on today. And on the 20th, Abel, on the 20th, we're celebrating your birthday too. And on the 11th, Mr. Alex Johnson, happy birthday to all of you people. Okay, Digley in Liberia, what's going on? What is going on? What is really 0775919919, 0880919919. This one again have come to our attention. Liberians, this is where we are. Let's go to the lines 0775 919 919. Should we be having these? But you know, Liberia, you are the makers of leaders. And now they've been called to serve. But he is saying now that his eyes from the hit is affecting him. It's leaking water because of this. You don't think the personal communication between both of them, his boss Biago and him, he said he can't make it. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
I'm Lina Mesco calling from Latefu.
Linda, good to have you. Go ahead.
The whole DA problem is a serious problem inside it.
Mm.
Because even those that went for the test, they gave tests to other people, and they knew men are king. He took his own people to he taking them to the academy. Those that went through the test, they are out.
You mean the LDA, the training that so go on, you taking their own people there?
Yes, and they told most of the police people there, and those that took the test, they are also.
So you mean you now saying that those who there volunteer are there, then police people for the LMP they don't want to carry the do
They
LDA.
on the academy, those are the test, and they put them on the standby. They are still working on standby, but they are not going for the training. You see?
Wow.
Anybody that find they will bring their own people, it's a serious problem in the DA. They have to really solve that problem.
Wow. Okay.
The people did a test, and they're supposed to be going on the academy, but they go though, they say they must be on standby. They put different people there.
Wow.
So you must please check it out.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And Agent Swen now is saying that he was my handload.
Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Mogo calling from Sopele. Yeah, the issue with the DA, you are listening to that guy, and I told her last.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that why we always say it's not good to mix professionalism with alcoholism. You can't go as a professional man and stick with your subordinate and you're drinking liquor together. I think that was unprofessional on the part of the director of the DA. And if you see the test between the both of them, I think the director was I don't want to be him, but I think he was drunk, and that was making to carry on and act. If you see, he tell me that he was joking with the guy. I think that pronounced.
But the man not being affected. The man being affected.
Yeah, so he just.
And others are now saying, some are saying that because when he get anger, it brought some anger, and because his brother too there, information coming up may also lead to those issues.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, let me talk to you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me talk to you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ambassador Now.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I speak to you from District Number 6, Nandi, Local Government Minister Israel. Ambassador Now, I always say that the president will not build this country. Why the DA will have some argument that Mona said in that time, the drug dealer will be honored and bringing more trust.
And Luther, this is our concern because when they're having issues, when they're having issues like you're saying, that will give the drug dealer holiday.
Yeah, so I can see some improvement for the trust, but then I don't know where it's coming from. This is the sort of hard power we the Liberian. We'll say we don't have a job, but when they get all the job, they will follow more ourselves.
But then why now we see that he said they went operation, but we see plenty of police people at morning say you want an LTE officer. Why police doing that? Police don't have them nowhere to. Where were the LTE officers? Okay, yeah, let's talk to you. Good afternoon. Hmm.
Now, this drugs in this country, always tell yourself, this weekend is into it. This weekend is into the drugs country. This drugs for this drugs to leave this country, it will be very hard for us. Because other people just put the drugs and other people creating other shit in the drugs and sports.
Hmm.
Yeah. So look, the president is really just be careful on the DA garden. Because the drugs have money. Some people may be there, leave other money, and other people be there working. Because they need the money. So after the drugs again, we gotta be careful on it.
Okay. Oh, so that the tissue that the napkin brought the issue, or that the hanger the man gave, or which one that I made him vex and say what the napkin? He say your or that because they mentioned his older uncle that what made him vex. Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Person team Oliver and John D from Somalia Draft, Patrick. My point has to do with the issue circulating concerning the director.
Mm-hmm.
But to give you asking about the guy with you and then rolling that draft, and it makes people to understand. I mean, we youth, but one of you here from the Patrick, because to understand that I hope not you know you pass through that then not for the guy to work into politics.
Mm-hmm.
Then when it comes to the thing issue, I think we need to think about people that started because we visited the TA. I want a person that when we issue what we were against, so they come protest that went on, and then
So you went there to the say no drugs campaign to protest.
no, you don't want no to just issue now.
Oh, okay.
And you that when they give you or against or in the sun under the ring again to fight against the drug.
Okay.
And a new team, we applaud the new team that the president appointed to to fight against the drug. They're making significant effort for the guy to ring against the drugs. Just because of the possible DA, drug cartel. To do anything to go against, to do pass through anybody to go against anybody, anyone.
Okay. Should there be any other means to transmit your information to your subordinate? You think it should be by any other force? By any means? This is serious. Where are we going? What's going on? Good afternoon.
Yeah, well afternoon.
Tommy, you're welcome.
Yeah, I think from what we got from the guy explaining that wrong conversation, I want to observe and believe that you're in alcohol. Yeah.
Who now the bottom of alcohol that I'm making punch him?
I told you because all the stepping points, the thing you are passing through, right? Or else somebody they want to prove some power or another person.
But the man who say your punch is a subordinate.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe somebody using power of thing because for the explanation. If for that, even that hand of business all inside. I know. Yeah. Because I mean, it can be a normal thing. You just look at somebody get slapped.
And he say, brother, say anything happening here, you just take it because something happening here. We're not in central office or in this place.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't want to say that people working together. I don't want to say that. I know.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, I don't want to say that.
Okay, you say you don't understand that. Let me see. Good afternoon, 0775 919 919. What is really happening, especially where we have to be together in a coordinated form? And they can ask the question: do you think that your boss have to hate you to get a message across? You already his subordinate. When you say, hey, you will listen to him, you want to listen to him, you always want to listen and take instruction from him. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
This is Solomon Brother, calling from Boston. This drug issue is serious, and people are buying our leaders when it comes to drug issues. So for me, what I see, the president should just look at starting the leadership, most especially when it comes to the top leadership. So I see that in a drug fight, the one who is on man is trying to play game. They are trying to play game against the director. So I'm looking at, so I'm begging to the president and he should just take decision according to how to they can get some on public media to just discuss leadership outside. It's not safe at all. They are working excellently and we pray that it will work together.
Okay.
But if we cannot do that with leadership, if we get some on public media to get discussed, I don't think it's really
Okay. Good afternoon.
Thank you for the program today.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think there's another government thing, the ORC, I think it was a little bit hard, but for me, I did think, well, there was not just issue where you got a call or just, or you got like what happened in the case of the Upo, it's a lot of evidence of just or in Jetu. But then, well, I have the issue, while you set out a development.
You will settle it.
Yeah, you set out a development.
Oh,
They were not just issue. Yeah.
okay. You said, thank God, and trust issue. You know, now, Mara Smith is now accusing his media boss, Fitzgerald Biago, who is currently the head of the DEA, of physically assaulting him when they made a trip to Nima County there. And he also saying that he's been affected. His eyes, water pooling on his eyes. Good afternoon. Let me say welcome to all of you on today. Don't forget star 255 star 3 hash. You can keep playing. Somebody will win something. Star 799 star 11 hash. Somebody will win something. The end of the codes. You dial them. Be a mobile money user and have money into your account, and you'll win something for yourself. But this is where we are. Now you heard one of the callers said people or folks who are applying to be a LDA, they are leaving them and taking people far for another end, and it's raising concerns. Where are we? What's going on? What's going on? Then one of the callers said, these kind of time you find that those who involved in the entire drug cartel, they go on a holiday, they're happy. And they can even use, you saw the OPS operation, you saw the director, you saw administration, they were all at one point loggerhead. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Okay, story down there.
Now his boss is saying, come back, let's talk. He said, no, I can't do it. Oh, my dad, but I said, you reassign me, but I don't want to come there. I don't want to be with you in that position.
You see, I look at it as a propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
I say it is trying to destroy the spirit of this leader. How can your boss may attack you? You may not behave or carry on specific approach. You see, look at it from that perspective. The man, you are fair to the man, and he attack you. Something is there. You don't want to get what the story. I think that's what happened.
You don't want to give what the real story, the real happening.
You don't want to get the real happening. You know what he did there. He did something. He failed to follow instructions, or he made you wait on your order to move you through.
So do you think that a warrant he's been punched in the eye?
No, you're not going to be punching the eye, but he made an attempt. He made an attempt.
Okay. Okay, thank you. But as I'm saying now that his boss is saying, I'm sorry, let's talk. It was joking. I want us to talk. Let me take this from the call here and have the call of the day. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, now.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm Prince John calling from Jakarta.
Yeah, Prince, go ahead.
Yeah, on the issue of that DA agency, those directors and they always let us use their own because of that rain. So let us look at it keenly and listen and try to investigate the best way because if we just look at one side who say, man, David Secretary died, we don't know what happened in total. Yeah, so I want us to investigate.
So we don't know what happened in total. Let's investigate and hear the truth. But what's going on with the LD? What's happening? Good afternoon, been so wonderful. Thanks to all of you. On today, I've been your humble servant. I've been here with Sir Kandu from the production department. We'll be back here tomorrow, the midweek edition of the program on the 7th day. But today is the 6th. We say welcome the 6 days of the year 2026 and the 6 days in the first month, January. Until then, have a pleasant good afternoon and welcome. Good morning. Good evening, based upon your time. Now, till tomorrow, have a pleasant day.
When I began representing 2006, Akara was just a little bare boy with age. Akara about 57, 58 years old. Not because some of them are irresponsible, they carry themselves, they don't respect themselves, so people see them like children. I'm a very